Of the two.
As we saw in the pictures later on.
First picture
Was anybody taught about the process of termination of pregnancy or the law in high school?
No.
Okay, what we should do with that, Eugene, is hands up, straw poll, hands up those who were taught about the law or the termination of pregnancy and the law in relation to that in high school. If we were right. My second question there would be, was this in a state school or a private school?
This is a Catholic school,
Catholic
so
school.
it was trying to turn us away from abortion, obviously, and they just told us what happens in a pretty horrific way.
And did they tell you anything about the legislation?
I think so, but I wasn't paying attention.
I went to a state school and we didn't hear anything about the process, but about the law,
So the conclusion you draw is that the majority of people in the focus group had not been exposed to any information about pregnancy termination or the law in relation to pregnancy termination, and that those who had, were you the other person who had it?
Yes,
right. So, and of those who had, the two people who had, one went to a private, one went to a Catholic school, one went to a state school. So that's really interesting information.
What about in regards to contraception, safe sex? Like I went to a private
So Charlotte, try and get the data in terms of the question. How many people were given information about contraception and safe sex as part of their high school education?
everyone.
Well, no.
was there
Are there people who were not given that information? Right, and you were homeschooled?
Were you told?
So that was not part of your high school education? Okay. And Kenji, you were homeschooled?
Yeah, BBC I was, yeah.
Which means you stayed home more than you went to BBC?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you put your hand up?
Yeah, I sort of, I think primary school was when I got like this, about contraception and stuff.
Well, I mean,
that was high
I
school.
went to a private school and we weren't really told so much about contraception, but told just not to do it. I'm serious.
You will die.
Everyone's like, you will die. Just don't do it.
Now,
So
can I just unpack, where do these people, and I speak as someone who was a high school teacher, I wasn't teaching sex education, but where do these people get this approach from? You know, like, don't do it or die, or do it and die. Where does that come from? Are we talking about religious schools here, where people come in with an agenda?
Well, I went to an all-girls private school, and we were taught it in RE, science, PE, and
Maths. It's all about the numbers. You weren't taught about
that was another subject that we were taught about, and it was just, and I got it in primary school as well, so like they just try and force it down the first. I mean, we were taught, the underlying message was, don't do it, but if you do it, here's a banana, we'll show you how to put condom on. Actually, no, we didn't have bananas, we had foam penises.
There you go. So I'm intrigued, and it's 30 years since I taught in high school, I'm intrigued as to why we have this sort of approach. But it doesn't seem to me to be an educative approach, it's more of a, we're telling you what to do approach. Am I right? Is that how it was?
It's not like that in state schools at all. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like...
I don't understand the condom on the banana thing, because
You don't
the
understand
girls
it?
mustn't do it.
Make an appointment with Professor Bromley and he'll explain it to you. It's not in my terms of reference to explain those things.
My last question I'll plan. Does anybody believe there are any effective government programs teaching you or informing you about abortion? Show your hands. Yes.
There's a straw poll. Are they, and what are they, Alex?
I know that when Tony Abbott was health minister, he got rid of all the pro-choice hotlines, and